Good morning to all. In the last classes we discussed about the oscillators. Okay. Today I would like to explain power amplifiers. Okay, introduction. Suppose the system consider a public address system, that means PA, or amplifying the system. Okay, this is the amplifying a PA system, power amplifier system. Okay, the system consists of many stages connected in cascade. Okay, first stage, second stage, third, fourth, fifth, many stages. Okay, these are connected in cascade. Hence, it is basically multiplying multi-stage amplifier. Okay, two or more stages, so this is called the multi-stage amplifier. The input is the sound signal of the human speaker and output is given to the loudspeaker. Okay, this is the input is the microphone and output is the loudspeaker. So output is given to the loudspeaker, which is amplified input signal. Okay, the input and the intermediate stages are small signal amplifiers. This is the input and these are all the intermediate. Okay, all small signal amplifiers. So the sufficient voltage gain is obtained by all the intermediate stages. Hence these stages are called the voltage amplifiers. Okay. First of all, we consider the public address systems. It consists of many stages. These are all connected in cascade. So it is basically multi-stage amplifier. So input is the sound signal. Okay, output is given to the loudspeaker. So which is the amplified input signal. So input and intermediate stages are called the small signal amplifiers. The sufficient voltage gain is obtained by all intermediate stages. Sufficient voltage gain is obtained by the using of these intermediate stages. Okay, so hence these stages are called the voltage amplifiers. But the last stage gives an output to the load like a loudspeaker. This is the load or loudspeaker. Hence, the last stage must be capable of delivering an applicable amount of AC power to the load. Okay, this loudspeaker, this is the last stage which is capable of delivering an equivalent, okay, high amount of AC power to the load. So it must be capable of handling large voltage or current swings, or in other words large signals. Loudspeaker. The main aim is to develop sufficient power. Hence the voltage gain is not important. Main aim is sufficient power. Okay. So in the last stage. So such a stage which develops and feeds sufficient power to the load like loudspeaker, servo motors, handling the large signals is called the large signal amplifier or power amplifiers. So, power amplifiers find their applications in the public address systems, radio receivers, driving servo motors, in industrial control systems, okay, tape players, TV receivers, cathode ray tubes, etc. So power amplifiers applications are public address systems, okay, and radio receivers, driving servo motors in industrial control systems, tape records, TV receivers, cathode ray tubes, etc. So these are all the applications of the power amplifiers. Okay, features of the power amplifiers are various features of power amplifiers. The power amplifier is the last stage of the multi-stage amplifier. So this is the power amplifier is the last stage amplifier. So they improves the stages to develop the sufficient gain, and the input signal level or amplitude of the power amplifier is large of the order of few volts. Okay, so the power amplifier is the last stage of the multi-stage amplifier. The previous stages of develop the sufficient gain, and the input signal level or amplitude of the power amplifier is large of the order of few volts. The output of the power amplifier has large current and voltage swings. So output of the power amplifier has the large current, as it handles large signals called the power amplifiers, and the H parameter analysis is applicable to the small signal amplifiers, and hence it cannot be used for the analysis of the power amplifiers. The analysis of the power amplifiers is carried out graphically by drawing a load line on the output characteristics of the transistors used. So, and the power amplifiers must have the low output impedance. Okay, and the transistors used in the power amplifiers, okay, are large size, having the large power dissipation rating, called the power transistors. And sixth one is the analysis of the signal distortion in case of power amplifiers is important. The power amplifiers are also called the audio amplifiers or audio frequency power amplifiers. Okay. First one is the input signal level or amplitude of the power amplifier is large. So input level or amplitude in power amplifier is large, and output power amplifier has large current and voltage swings, and the H parameter analysis cannot be used for the analysis of the power amplifiers. And the next one is the power amplifiers must have the low output impedance, and the next one, transistors used in power amplifiers are large size, having the large power dissipation rating, so are called the power transistors. And the next one, analysis of the signal distortion in case of the power amplifiers is important. So hence power amplifiers are all called the audio amplifiers or audio frequency AF power amplifiers. Okay, and the next one, comparison of the small signal and large signal amplifiers. So small signal amplifier is the voltage is amplified. In the large signal amplifiers, power or current is amplified. Okay, so large signal means power or current is amplified. In the small signal amplifier, the H parameter analysis is applicable. So H parameter analysis is applicable in the small signal amplifiers. In the large signal amplifiers, the graphical analysis is required as the H parameters cannot be used. In the small signal amplifier, harmonics are not present for sinusoidal signals. In the large signal amplifiers, harmonics are present and must be considered while designing the amplifier. Okay, in the small signal amplifier, the normal transistors are sufficient. In the large signal amplifiers, the power transistors are required. In the small signal amplifiers, the heat sinks are not required, as heat dissipation is not the problem. In the large signal amplifiers, the heat sinks are essential so as to dissipate large heat produced. And the small signal amplifiers, the size is small. In the large signal amplifiers, due to large size transistors and the transformers, and the overall size is large and bulky. In the small signal amplifiers, distortion is not a present. In the large signal amplifiers, due to the harmonics, signal is likely to be distorted. In the small signal amplifiers, the power handling capacity is small. In the large signal, the power handling capacity is large. In the small signal amplifiers, the output current and voltage swings are small. And the large signal amplifiers, there are large output current and voltage swings. In the small signal amplifiers, the operating point is always on the linear portion of the transfer characteristics. In the large signal amplifiers, the operating point can be anywhere on the transfer characteristics, including nonlinear region. And in the small signal amplifiers used in voltage amplifier. In the large signal amplifiers used in large stage in public address systems and other audio circuits. Okay. And the next one is classification of the large signal amplifiers. So in this, the position of the quiescent point on the load line decides the class of operation of the power amplifier. So classification of large signal amplifiers are, it is based on the quiescent point or operating point, position of the operating point. Okay, there are 4 types: class A, class B, class C and class AB. Okay, first of all, we consider the common emitter circuit. So this is the common emitter circuit. Emitter is common between input and output. Okay, and this is the base, so base resistance, and this is the collector resistance. So this voltage is the VCE voltage. Okay, so applying KVL to the output circuit, so that is collector circuit. So we get VCC. Okay, in this VCC minus ICRC minus VCE equal to 0. So VCC equal to ICRC plus VCE. RC means load resistance. Okay, so in this equation VCC equal to ICRC plus VCE, first we find the IC. So IC equal to minus of 1 by resistance RC into VCE plus VCC by RC. So comparing this equation with an equation of the straight line. So slope. So y equal to mx plus c. When we draw the straight line of graph IC versus VCE, that is the output characteristics. So the slope of this straight line is minus 1 by RC. So based on this equation, so slope is minus 1 by RC, mx plus c. So m is the slope. So slope is minus 1 by RC. Interrupt is VCC by RC. So from the above equation, so we can write when VCE equal to VCC, okay, so IC equal to 0. Suppose when VCE equal to 0, IC equal to VCC by RC. Okay, these 2 points can be located in this. To draw the straight line of the output characteristics, such a line having the slope of the reciprocal of the load resistance drawn on the output characteristics is called the DC load line. This is the DC load line. The characteristics curves are plotted for the various values of IB. Okay, the intersection of the output characteristics curve and the load line is the operating point. This point is fixed, or for transistor called the quiescent point or Q point. So this is the intersection. So this is the Q point. So slope is VCC by RC. So load of the slope is minus 1 by RC. This is the output characteristics with the load line. So the variations in base IB, IC and VCE. So the variations in IB, IC and VCE due to the sinusoidal inputs. These are all the sinusoidal inputs. So this is the IB, IBQ. So this is the IC and this is the VCE. So this is the VCEQ, this is the ICQ and this is the IBEQ. So this is the graphical representation of the IB, IC and VCE swings. So 3 sinusoidals. Okay, IC, IB, IC and VCE. These 3. So this is the collector current swing and this is the collector voltage swing. Okay, and this is the operating point Q point. So slope VCC by RL. Okay, this graph is the VCE versus IC. IB is constant. So this is the graphical representation of the IB, IC and VCE swings. So next one is the classification of comparison of the amplifier classes. So what are the amplifier classes? Class A, Class B, Class C and Class AB. First of all, operating cycle. So in Class A 360 degrees, in Class B 180 degrees off and Class C less than 180 degrees. AB is 180 to 360. So next one is the position of the Q point. In Class A amplifier, Class A, so center of the load line, Q point is the center of the load line. In Class B, on the x-axis. In the Class C, below x-axis. In Class AB, above x-axis but below the center of the load line. And the next one is the efficiency. In Class A amplifier, in Class A, so efficiency is poor. In this resistive load and transformer load. In the resistive load, efficiency is 25%. In the transformer load, efficiency is the 50%. In Class B, so efficiency is better. So how much is 78.5 percentage. In the class C, efficiency is high. In class AB, higher than the A but less than the B. So 50% to 78.5 percentage. Okay, distortion. So distortion is in class A absent. There is no distortion. In class B, so distortion is present but more than A. In class C, distortion is highest. In class AB, distortion is present. So power dissipation in transistors. In class A is very high. In class B, power dissipation in transistors is low. In class C is very low. And class AB, in power dissipation in transistors are moderate. Next, the nature of the output current waveform. So in class A there is a 360 degrees. So this is the 360 degrees. So total 360 degrees. In class B there is a 180 degrees operating cycle. So only one off cycle. So 180 degrees. In class C less than 180. So this is the less than 180. In class AB 180 to 360. So in this there is a cut. So 180 to 360 degrees. Okay. And the next one, class A. Class A amplifier. So the power amplifier is said to be class A amplifier if the operating point Q point and the input signal is selected such that the output signal is obtained for the full cycle. Okay. First of all, we know that class A amplifier is 360 degrees. That means power amplifier is said to be class A amplifier if the Q point and the input signal are selected. So the output signal is obtained for the full input cycle. So for this class, position of the Q point is approximately at the midpoint of the load line. This is the midpoint in class A amplifier. So Q point is midpoint. For all the values of the input signal, the transistor remains in the active region and never enters into the cutoff region or saturation region. Only the values of the input signal transistor remains in the active region. Okay, never in cutoff and saturations. When an AC input signal is applied, the collector voltage varies sinusoidally. So hence collector current also varies in sinusoidally. The collector current flows for 360 degrees. That means full cycle of the input signal. So in other words, the angle of the collector current flows in 360 degrees. That is one full cycle. Okay. The current and voltage waveforms for a class A operation. So this is the class A operation waveforms. So the full output cycle is obtained. Here the signal is faithfully reproduced at the output without any distortion. So this is an important feature of the class A operation. So the efficiency of the class A operation is very small. Okay. So this is the waveform representing the class A operation. This is the load line Q point. This is the load line. So this is the center Q point. In class A amplifier, Q point is the center. Okay. So, and the next one, class B amplifier. So in this class B amplifiers is said to power amplifiers is said to be a class B amplifiers. So if the Q point and the input signal are selected, so such that the output signal is obtained only for one half cycle for a full input cycle. Class B means 180 degrees. Okay. And the so such that the output signal is obtained only for the one half cycle of the full input cycle. So that is the class B. So in the analysis of the class A amplifiers are, this is the analysis part. So the class A amplifiers are further classified directly coupled and transformer coupled amplifiers. There are two types, direct coupled and transformer coupled amplifiers. In direct coupled type, the load is directly connected to the collector circuit. So load is directly connected to the collector. While in the transformer coupled type, the load is coupled to the using a transformer called the output transformer. So this is the analysis of the class A amplifiers. There are two types, directly coupled and transformer coupled. In direct coupled type, the load is directly connected to the collector circuit, and the transformer coupled type, the load is connected to the collector using transformer called an output transformer. Okay, these are all the two types. In the next class we will discuss.